Well, let me be the last person to tell you Happy New Year! It's 2022! It is Thursday, January 6th. I'm Chris Dahl, and these are 3 things that I have been listening to, reading, and watching this past week. The band that I'm going to talk about, it's called TV on the Radio. I should have talked about them before. They were my top listened to song, like individual song, in 2019, and they were in my top 5 in 2020, which is very hard because I listened to Lifeforms by Angels and Airwaves a ton. So I figured, you know what? I haven't done them justice. I gotta talk about him. So this is me talking about him. The song in my top 5 for the past 2 years is called Happy Idiot. It's off their album Seeds, and it's just great. It's a great song. I like it a lot. I also put Winter and Quartz on my playlist, both from Seeds, same album, 3 songs on the playlist. Check it out, beacons.ai/I'm Chris Dahl, or it's linked in my bio or in the comments below, depending on where you're watching this. Either way, thanks for checking these out. I'm just an idiot, and I'm talking about stuff, and you keep watching, and I don't understand. The book that I read this past week, one of them, because I've read several, one of the books that I read this week, and a great way to start off the new year, starting strong with my favorite creator, Matt Kindt. This time, he was working with Tyler and Hillary Jenkins. It's a book called Fear Case. Kindt worked with the Jenkinses on the series Grass Kings, which I got single issues of. I think I've talked about it before. I love when there's a creative team, in this case specifically a team, that work just so well together. They just seem to be in sync. From what I've read of how they work, the interview that I read where they talked about the future, that they're just gonna hit different genres and write books in different styles. I'm here for it, guys. Fear Case is fantastic. It slowly is building tension, and the whole time you're waiting for the payoff, and then you get the payoff, and it's very worth it. It's got a great payoff at the end of it. It's only 4 issues. It's a quick read. Well worth it. It was a Christmas present for my beloved wife. Oh. But it was a great series. The artwork is, let me get to one that doesn't give anything away. It seems simplistic, but it's so good. And it really lends itself to building tension. And I noticed, and I might be making this up, but it seemed like the further you got into what the heck is going on, the darker it became. That's the next level stuff that I am here for. Keep making books, I'm gonna keep buying them. That's just how it is. Now, the movie that I watched this week, I'm gonna talk about The Matrix Resurrections. It is the 4th movie. It's the newest Matrix movie. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you. You probably already know that. I like the first 3. We rewatched the first 3 before watching the new one because reasons. And I'm glad that we did, because the 4th one feels like it's more of a, hey, thanks for being a fan of this franchise. We're gonna increase this story just a little bit by giving you another movie. As a standalone, if I didn't know and I wasn't super familiar and I hadn't just rewatched the first 3, I don't know that I would have liked it. As its own, it jumped around a bunch, and it didn't do as good of a job explaining things as the first 3 did. It's really operating from the stance of, you've watched the Matrix movies, you liked the Matrix movies, here's another one. If you don't fit into that, then don't watch it, because you're probably not going to like it. And if you do, please tell me why. I'm curious, because Rachel doesn't like any of them, and she didn't like this one either. She was very confused. They did leave a lot of things just like, what? But how? Why don't you need the phone anymore? Why? You're traveling through mirrors now? I don't but why? Reasons? Got it. You're not going to tell us? Okay, I'll accept it. I just like answers. And there was a lot of stuff that they mentioned. They called out specific, oh yeah, we don't need phone calls anymore. And then they didn't say how. They just left it there. I want that more information, but that's probably just me. And that's fine. I'm just a dude creating content for me, and you're watching. So is that everything? Yeah, it is. Those are 3 things that I have been reading, watching, and listening to this past week. And that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. So I already forgot how to say see you later in Japanese, because I've been watching a lot of New Japan Wrestling, and it's been fantastic. I just watched Wrestle Kingdom 16 2 nights. It was amazing. But I was gonna be all like, I'm well learned. I know how to Google how to say phrases in other languages, and I don't remember how to say it. So